So now we're taking the lessons we've learned over the past 2 years and we're moving forward. We're moving forward with grit, with prowess, and with a great appreciation for public service and conviction to support you and your communities. We're adapting to the changing needs of our communities and our workforce, and in that we must acknowledge where we are with county capacity, which is running dangerously thin in the workforce. Same is true here at CSAC. We cannot do all the things all the time with excellence. We must choose. We must choose where and how to focus our talent, our networks, and our resources. Sure, we can work on scores of issues and make incremental progress, and we do that each year through our policy platform and the strong partnerships we have with our affiliates and coalition partners. That's incredibly important, but it's not enough. To make big, powerful change, we must bear down and bring our might, our expertise. We must bring our deft strategic networks and thinking to the biggest issues and opportunities of the day. Today, we are at a key moment in time, in history. And the theme of this conference, Advancing Change, is there for a reason. Success and excellence are not magic. They come from careful decision-making, shrewd strategy, intense focus. Advancing change is uncomfortable. Change always is. But you as county leaders know more than anyone else what it's like to take risks for the well-being of your community. Progress rarely occurs without disruption, and sometimes it is us who must turn up the heat. It is us that must craft real solutions for all levels of government. It is us that must relentlessly call out barriers, inefficiencies, service and infrastructure gaps, and it is us that must seek to bring state policymakers and our city and community colleagues with us. Yes. That is why, with the leadership of the officers, the executive committee, and the board, and many in this room, counties are seizing the baton. Counties are leading on the issue of our time: homelessness. It is the issue in many, but not all communities, and our priorities will reflect that. Think broadband, water, wildfire prevention, and more, as determined by the board tomorrow. But on homelessness, we stand ready and determined to construct a broad coalition, to partner with cities, with continuums of care, with state and other local partners to advance change. Real change right now. Many of you have heard me compare California's current state of homelessness, the scattershot approach, as an orchestra trying to play together without any sheet music. Pretty hard, isn't it? It's the sheet music that is the key. And we must lead on writing the score so all levels of government can play their part. That's why we're calling for clear roles and responsibilities for all levels of government, not just counties. Sustainable funding, accountability for all levels of government. Are we going to solve homelessness? No. No, we are not solving homelessness. We're not eliminating homelessness. We're not ending homelessness. What we are doing is mapping out a system that demands transformation, that sets up communities for broad-scale success. That's what we're doing. And as a room full of county supervisors and county leaders, you have the experience and the tenacity to tackle this issue head on, to show state leaders, the media, other local government, and the public how it's done. And that means other levels of government must have real responsibilities. We're done holding the bag while others take credit and dish blame. There's change to happen in communities, and it's going to start happening now. As LA Times columnist George Skelton wrote on November 7th, solutions to homelessness defy emotional rhetoric and good intentions. They are found in a tangled thicket of complexities requiring a coordinated strategy to make them work. And that has been lacking. Simply does not exist. And that's what we have our sights set on. This tangled thicket of complexity that characterize homelessness. So how are we going to do this? Through our board-adopted homelessness principles as our lens. Through the leadership of our officers, executive committee, and many of you in this room. Through our homelessness action team, which is a political policy sounding board of 10 diverse supervisors. Through our homelessness policy solutions group, which is an all-county staff working group. Success will also require each of you to do what county supervisors and leaders do best. Ask the hard questions. Seek the true answers. And most of all, make the tough decisions together. This reminds me of a quote by none other than Walt Disney himself. After all, here we are at Disneyland. It's kind of fun to do the impossible. But isn't that county service? We have our work cut out for us, but together we will succeed. We will succeed.